Squids TV, week 5, season 10. Big show for you guys today. We got power rankings, of course, picks from last week. We'll go over each matchup, kind of what happened in week 4. We'll look ahead to week 5. We'll make our picks. We'll do our mortal locks. And I picked Mara's brain on the Jets because I'm a little confused about the team and the Mets, who play a big game today, along with the Yanks for whoever watches baseball in this league. A few things I need from the league. One, team names. Frank the Tank. Are we sticking with that? I want long tenured team names here. We have a couple team names that I thought would be kind of staples. Spade of Spades. We talk about this all the time. Spade of Spades, Team Dust, Freak. I miss Yahoo. I don't hate. Um, but we gotta stick with some shit. We're sticking with these. Like busting nut and chicken or busting up for some chicken. We're locked in, I think. We're locked in. I want to see some creativity out of Frank, and I also need a song. Can we come together and pick a song for the intro? I like the video for the intro. I don't like the song. We're gonna roll it in a second, but I want something I could sing along to. I want to listen to these in the car. I want to listen back and be like, oh, I wonder who they're gonna pick, even though I'm making the picks. Let's go Mets. Let's go Jets. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Giants. Let's go Team Dust. Let's not go. I miss Yahoo. We didn't even mention it during the show, but next week, week 5, holy shit, it's massive. Rivalry week. I want to bring people on the show. I'm going to drop the link to people for the Zoom. We'll talk about that more in the coming days. But good luck to everyone this week, and I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. Run the intro. Welcome back, Squids TV, week 5? Week 5.
Five.
Week 5.
No, the
Mar-
season 10, episode 5's 10.5 in here.
this is the quarter season special.
Sure, you could say that.
We'll call it that. Marin,
Crazy.
how we
Almost
feeling?
over.
Okay, let me address this now because people were asking, people were upset. Saturday show, you guys see the hands up? The hands up. I had a tough week of work. I couldn't get out there. I couldn't record Squids. But you know what we do? We allocate time, we attack, and we adapt. Isn't that
Yo,
right?
I'll be right back. You keep talking. My computer's about to die.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Squids. Again, week 5, massive week for the show, massive week for Squids. Um, we were talking about this last week. This is kind of the season where we could really start identifying if you're like 0-4 at this point, you're probably just not that good. Might not be a year. If you're 4-0, like we know Anthony Sala is, we'll get to Anthony Sala soon. You're probably gonna make the playoffs, right? Let me dive into the current standings at this point here. Hold on, let me make this full screen. Okay. And where's our power? Okay, our standings here. So Toronto, we have 2 4-0 teams, Miss Yahoo and Marvin's Room. A couple 3-1 teams, myself, Hurt Locker, Calamari, Freety. Johnny fought back to 2-2. The Commish fought back 2-2. And then you got what looks like a current 5-team race for the last seed in the playoff projections. Um, Frank the Tank, Team Gear, King Semantics 1-3, Bad Sauce, and Busting Up for Some Chicken 0-4. I'm just now noticing, is this like the low? It looks like Frank's got a little poop thing next to points against. Let me see, he has the most points against. He does. And Sal has the most points for. Interesting. Interesting. I'm a big fan of these little emojis on this app. I do hit the Rizzler on like every post that someone says. It's just Rizzler. Um, so yeah, Mara, let's kick it over to you. I want to hear power rankings and I want to hear the records from last week.
I got it off yesterday. He knew we were having a late show. We put that out there. So
Remember the man in the suit. We don't know the man. We don't know who he is. He just drops his stuff off to Mario and we report the news. That's it.
okay, number one, up one spot, Anthony Sala at 4-0. Most points for, as mentioned by Dennis, with 498 in the league.
Mink.
Yeah. What is that? Almost 120 a game then?
Something like that. I probably should be able to
Anthony,
do that math, but we're not right
Anthony,
now.
Anthony coming looking really good.
I think we lost Mario.
And
That
Anthony.
that's tough luck. Oh, you're back. Okay, you totally froze for a second. I thought I fully lost you.
Did you hear my second?
No, I heard Yahoo, and then you went like this, and then you came back, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
fuck.
back. Fulvio, spot two. Only reason why he's here, 461 points for, a little bit behind Anthony. He's still also 4-0. These are top two teams, 1-2, 2-1. It doesn't matter. You can put
Mm.
him either spot. Up one spot, Dust.
Let's go. Let's go, Dust. Impartial
3-0,
partial media.
3-0,
Impartial media.
3-0, 3-0 the last 3 weeks. Um, he's in the top amount of points for, like the top 3 or 4. He's 3-1 after losing that week one to Freezy. So he's climbing back. He's looking good. Tiso up one spot, 448 points for. So he's not too shabby himself with 450 points against. He's
Mm.
winning by the skin of his teeth. That just means I think his luck will soon favor his side eventually.
Got it.
3 he's looking good. Freety down one spot, hurt, but is putting together wins. He's managing his team effectively. He's still at 3-1 without the big name first round receiver in AJ Big Justice Brown.
Yep.
Lost Rasheed Rice. We got it. Did you touch on that or not yet?
Not yet. We'll get to it when we get to your matchup, but essentially you're down two wide receiver ones at this point.
And Garrett Wilson is not looking like a first round wide receiver at all.
We'll get to that one too. I have
No.
questions. I have questions
Um,
there.
but yeah, still top five team, 3-1. Rue up 2 spots.
Also, wait, real quick. Sorry, on free. It wasn't free three last week.
He was. He dropped down. Oh, you're right.
Two
He dropped
spots.
down
Two
two
spots. Two
spots.
spots. Okay. Okay.
Down
Rule
two.
the day at 6.
Rue the day at 6, up 2 spots. He's averaging 103 points per game. Not too shabby. Mason is an RB1. McCaffrey may never play football again. We don't know about this. He is 2-2 on the rise. Spades down one at 7. Only about 100 points per game. He's on a 2 losing streak. So he needs to pick up this week, which I think he will, but we'll see. We'll touch on that later.
Big bounce back spot for the commish.
Frank down one spot at 8, just under 110 points per game. So he's averaging actually some higher points than 2 people above him. The record's not indicating it, but analytics say he's facing the most points against.
Mm.
Just on the rise for Frank. It's a rough start. He's still got it. He got his first win under his belt. Um, yeah, I see better days ahead for Frank.
Yeah, just to touch on Frank quick, they say, making the jump from college football to the league, just people, the game moves faster.
Faster, yeah.
You
Bigger.
get these leagues with Rich Bertonson and these guys and Rick Delgado. It's not the same thing. You come over here, you got Tisos making waiver claims at 4 a.m. Dan's dropping and picking up the same player 4 different times. It's a different, you don't know what's going on here. It's a faster game in Squid. So
No sleep.
once
We
he
don't
gets up to
sleep.
speed, I think he'll be peaking at the right time.
Yeah. Then up 2 spots, even though he's 0-4, Sauce at number 9.
Mm.
383 points for. So just under 100 points per game. Not good, but he's facing the second most points against.
It's a luck game. It's a luck game, You got
Better
to
to
get
be lucky than good.
yeah.
But if you're good, you're good in this league. Sauce has never been good, but he's also never been lucky. So you can't, nothing's on his side.
What a
Um,
paradox he's in.
0-4. And it's something weird I see on this paper. There's a line between this 8 and 9. I don't know what this means. I don't know if it's a line in the sand, but
Oh no.
He's low. I don't know what this means, but
Wait, could this be the dump?
it says DUMP,
Oh
but I don't know
my
what that means.
no.
U.M, but it's a question mark after it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Question mark, dumb question.
Okay. Okay. Bad
Well,
sauce could be in the dump, you're saying.
I didn't say it. I didn't say
Oh
nothing.
no. All right. Well, let's continue on. Let's see what else is coming.
Semantics down one spot, 1-3. I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't know what Rob has to do to get his team to win. Is McCaffrey's first round pick not playing for who knows how long? He has to move McCaffrey for some starters. He
I
has to win.
I mean,
Only move he could.
unfortunately too, he just traded Nick Chubb, who like came back to practice last week, and Mike Evans had like a billion points. So
Kick him while you're down. Yeah.
yeah,
Gear down one spot. That team is abysmal at 1-3 right now. He needs he needs a new manager like he needs it there. It's bad. And Tom 0-4 at the very, very bottom. It is so bad. He's so hurt. He's just so bad. Yeah. Unlike Tom, Tom usually wins the first 5 weeks and then falls off. But maybe it's a reverse. Maybe it's a reversal of the season. He's still my Super Bowl pick. So never know. 0-4 is not the worst spot. There's like what is it, 14 or 15 regular season weeks.
yeah, I think 14.
Slide into the 8th seed. It's really he's
No, I mean, in theory, right? You're a game out.
he's a game out of the 8th seed. And all of these guys are points away or games away, one game away from an 8th seed. So nothing's ever
Right.
over until it's over.
Absolutely, and you're gonna play each other too, right? You're gonna play those guys, be able to knock them down a peg, try to get the upper hand there.
I feel like I played the
Long
same
season. It's a
three.
long season.
I feel like I played the same 3 teams this year so far. The way the schedule makers, man, bad. But we got a big week next week, like the biggest week of the year.
Let's slow it down
Well,
there.
slow down.
We
But
got to get through this week first, but you're right. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, just to highlight, because I don't think people
my
realize
favorite week of the
next
year.
week. Next week is a massive week. But before we do that, Mary, you want to jump right into our records from last week? The way we can go to picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So next week, did you go for the winners yet, or should I touch that?
No, I could pull up the winners from last week and we can go game by game just to show
So
what we picked.
Pretty versus Spade. I took that game against Spades by the skin of my teeth. But guess what? I'm still 3-1. Um, Fu versus Tom. Fu took that easily. Dust versus Gear. Dust took that easily. Rue versus Semantics. I'm not sure how easily Rue took it, but he took it. Let me see.
Yeah,
Easy. Sorry. That was actually probably the biggest margin of victory. Salah versus Frank. Salah took that.
which is actually the biggest margin of victory.
Actually, the biggest margin.
Yeah, tough scene. So you want to go what we picked in these games? Because I didn't remember. So you want to start just
Yeah.
here. What were the picks there?
Dust and Gear. We
Yep.
both Dust.
Okay. Rue
Rue.
and
We both picked
semantics.
Rue.
Yah,
Salah. Both picked Salah.
spades and
You
treat.
picked Spades. I picked myself.
Fuck, and that was a close game, man. Close game. Let's jump in this one quick. Justin Fields, massive game. He could be back. Here is the guy. This is something I don't understand, and this is something I want to talk to you later in the show. This lost in the week. You just can't have 18 combined yards, so we could stop it there. Uh, but tough loss for me. You know, I picked the right side and I still lost, which is tough. What about Marvin's room and some chicken?
We both went Fu.
And then my mortal lock here, another brutal one. Uh,
Skin of the teeth.
I obviously picked Steve. You went with Tiso here, and it came down to the kickers. Tyler Bass on Monday was or they play Monday or Sunday, whatever. One of the primetime games was the last player to go in this matchup, and I was monitoring it. My mortal lock. I gave this out to the people, and I believe he was up 1 or 2 points. Steve was going in, must have been two, and he kicked one field goal early in the game, and it iced it. I was so upset. He missed one late to try to help me out, but very close. It ended up being a half a point. Tough scene. They scored no points in that game. The Bills looked horrible, so I thought I could squeak one out. But a good week. So you want to give us the records from last week? What did we
I
end up?
went 7-0. Perfect week. Give me my flowers.
Give that man his flowers. Give that man.
Dennis was 4-3. On
Hey,
the season, on the season, I am 20-8. 2 of 2 mortals.
wow.
It's 15-13. 2-2 on the mortals. So if we pick the mortal, 50% chance to win. That's a good odds. I'll take those odds any day of the week.
You know what? You said 28 for yourself?
Yeah.
That's very impressive. That's very impressive. You know what? Hey, I'm over 500. That's all I can ask for. I can't complain that hey, I should be doing more. I'm losing these games. I'm losing tight ones.
Yeah, you know.
They will flip. I promise you they'll flip. And I promise the people another winning week this week. Guaranteed.
Let's see
Guaranteed.
it.
Guaranteed. With that said, you want to jump into the matchups?
Yeah, I do. I really
Okay.
do.
So obviously, game on Thursday, Falcons, Bucks, right? And it was a super high scoring game. Basically, no defense played on either side. Both quarterbacks were pretty good. I mean, Baker Mayfield went to like 180 yards, but I think he threw 3 or 4 touchdowns. So there's going to be a lot of points out there already. It will provide some clarity into picks. Like, for example, Bad Sauce almost has 50 points already. But let's go game by game, Mary. What do you want to start with?
I just want to put this out there really quick. I wasn't able
Yeah.
to watch the game, but I was watching the New York team play. Huge
Oh,
game for the Mets.
we'll get to the Mets too. I have a couple questions for you at the end of the show. Let's get through matchups first.
Okay.
Where do you want to start, man?
Um, I want to start at Free T versus Salah.
Freety versus Salah. Okay, so we had a couple people go already on the Freety side. Bucky Irving, 44 yards, a big fumble loss at the end of the game. Hurts, only 5 points. Godwin, another, a guy that you would hope would score more points for you right out of the flex. He's a good player on a good team with a good quarterback right now. Only 8 points. So not too bad, right, in terms of, providing insight to this pick. So, Mar, your
Yeah.
match here. How you feeling
So
going to this one
I
with,
I sorry. Yeah, I thought this matchup between the Bucks and Atlanta wouldn't be such a shootout. I didn't think they had to throw so much. I was hoping a quick like lead for the Bucks
Yep.
and then run some clock.
Yeah.
He's getting carries, he's getting receptions. Bucky, I love him. Look, his outlook. I mean, he could have done better, but I love that not Cortland Sutton. What's his Godwin only put up 8. That is huge
Yeah.
for me. That is huge. I have a little bit of a chance to win this game. I think. Well, I think Jalen Reed will outscore Chris Godwin, so I think I got a win right there. Never know about James Conner against San Francisco. Could be tough. Could be really tough. Derrick Henry, I don't think he'll put up 40 again. Kamara is probably the RB1 of the season. Isn't he tighter than you think?
No,
Honestly,
this is a good matchup. I would have picked this as like our match of the week. This is a crazy game. I mean, you were number 4 in the power rankings or 5.
5. I jumped down 2 spots.
So
Yeah.
1 versus 5 is, basically a playoff matchup at this point. You want to make a pick here? What are you feeling? You feeling yourself? You think, you're not gonna have enough here? What are you feeling
You
going to?
know, Scroll down a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Analyze it down there. This guy right here, man, Garrett Wilson. I don't know what the fuck is his problem, bro. Um, yeah, he needs to do something with it in order for me to win this game. It's gonna come down to him. It's gonna
Right.
come down Monday morning. I don't know if I win this matchup or lose at like 12 noon Sunday
You
before the
think
even.
you think like he throws up another? I mean, he's thrown up some couple duds, right?
Oh, he's not even a wide receiver too.
Yeah, 9, 8. I mean, if you throw up another 4, then again, you have what is it, Pat Surtain on the other side? He's, in my opinion, the best cornerback in football. But like, you just can't have 8 targets and come out with almost 5 points.
5 receptions, which is good, but only 41 yards. Like he has, and he only got bailed out last week because of that one touchdown. Otherwise, that game would have been bad too against New England. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, it's good teams. You're playing against good corners. I feel like all these teams have legitimate,
Oh,
cornerback play,
who does Minnesota have? Who are they going to face?
Just the blitz.
Okay, so they send the zero blitz. Hopefully, he can get open. I think he might have a decent week. Like I'm
Okay.
so up. I need to be half full with him because he is my lifeline right now. Because I have
Yeah,
no wide receivers. Jalen Reed was a good pick. Rashid
right.
Rice out for
Yeah,
a while. I don't know what to do. I got
yeah.
to pull him out somehow. Don't know.
So you're feeling a big game from Garrett Wilson. So you're going with yourself.
Oh God, I love Jake Ferguson this week. I love Derrick Henry's good against Cincinnati. Josh Allen is going to put up a lot of points. It's a coin flip, but I have confidence in myself.
Hmm.
I'll go myself.
I'm gonna go Yahoo.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
pick.
I have to go Yahoo just to fade right for the rankings and whatnot. Um, we didn't touch on buys. It's the first bye week of the year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I
Hurts
got
out, Spears out. Obviously, Brown's out with the injury. On the Salah side, he's got no Goddard this week, no Gus Edwards, who doesn't really play. So the backup is Ferguson, which is awesome to have off the bench. Give me Salah. The team's been hot. I don't know. I just don't see this team slowing down anytime soon. I don't see him slowing anytime
it's to
soon.
be a good game. I think it's to be good.
Yeah, no, like I said, this would have been my matchup of the week. So I'm gonna go
I
with
see
Salah.
Garrett catch a touchdown. I see Garrett touch a touchdown. It's to be on. It's to be
Yeah,
on.
you need that one early just to get the confidence going. That's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to see the outcome of that.
All
What
right.
is next on your
Spades.
list, man?
Spades.
Spade of Spades versus Frank the Tank. Spades got 27 points off the rip from Darnell Mooney, who had a ridiculous game. 16 targets, 105 yards, two touchdowns. Frank's fighting uphill from Thursday, which is never fun. Bye week wise, who we missing here? Um,
Pollard, Ridley, Devonta. Well, he was also out, but that's a
right.
three
But
big
Pollard and Ridley, I don't know if it's a starter for him, but Pollard's a starter for him, not playing. On the Frank the Tank side, McConkey, who I think is starting to come into form a little bit.
fifth round pick. Could have picked up Rashid Rice or anyone else, but it's good. Good pick.
I mean, at this point, you wouldn't want Rasheed Rice, right?
Yeah. He might have
Might
had more
do
than one win at
Might
this
do
point. It doesn't matter.
All right, man. What are you feeling here with the 27-point lead? I feel like you kind of have to favor Spades here, but
I do,
yeah,
but
any feeling for Frank here?
here's the player, Tyreek Hill. He could be benchable at this point without Tua. Honestly, I'm not even joking. He could. You could probably do better options on the waiver wire. Mooney was a waiver wire pickup and play from Dan. I do not see Tyreek putting up more than Mooney this week, and therefore I'm gonna go Spades. Come back after starting 2-2. Um, tough loss last week, but I think he'll make it up this week.
Right, get back over 500. I'm gonna go Spades as well with the 27-point buffer already. I think Frank, like I said, was already kind of fighting uphill. The one thing that Frank does have in his corner is this guy right here, DK
Yeah,
Metcalf's playing the Giants
no
at
corner.
home, and for whatever reason, I really like Deontay Banks and the Giants. He doesn't play the ball at all. So if you're like a mini contested catch guy, you're just gonna be able to get hands on it because he doesn't put his hands up. He just like stands next to you. This could be like a massive like 27-point type performance. I hope not as a Giant fan, but this could be a guy to keep a minute. And also, how does Deontay Johnson follow up that last week? The first week with Dalton was massive. I don't know what he did last week, but I don't think it was that good. No, he went off again. 13 targets, 83 yards and a touchdown. It's not out of the. You know what? Give me Frank the Tank. Give me Frank the Tank.
Oh, hey,
Give me Frank. I'm talking myself. Give me Frank the Tank. I'm not afraid of Jordan Love not being well anymore. I think he's back. I think he played pretty well last week. He's got all his boys back. I know Christian Watson's out. I don't really care.
Watson's ass. Dubes,
Because you
one
know
of us.
what? Really, the reason why I'm picking it, versus Dallas on Sunday Night Football is tough, right? I know it's not a great run
Should have
defense,
played Mayfield. That would have. I would have played. Yeah, that
and then
defense. That's not
and
looking good though. Dallas is not looking.
they're
They're missing.
not. But they're a different team at home, especially in prime time. This is gonna sound so haterish, but like they get all the calls, so like you might get a 30-yard rip up the sideline and they just call holding for no reason. Like they'll do that for the Cowboys. And Brees Hall's been a weird question mark. He's been, objectively speaking, he's been horrible. He looked terrible last week.
He looked
This is a
bad.
team that blitzes a ton. How do you beat the blitz? You have a quarterback that can throw quick slants. I could see him like really not getting used other than the passing game. Tyrone Tracy's a rookie. I love Tyrone Tracy. He hasn't really played yet. Give me Frank the Tank. Give me Frank the Tank.
You got it.
Uh,
Next,
that's
Eastern.
right. I was
Big
not
match.
anticipating me zagging there, but I zagged. Marvin's Room at Tiso, another big time matchup, 4-0 versus
You talked
1.
yourself into that Frank pick. But anyway,
I totally did. That's crazy that I just did that. But Fulvio had Mike Evans go 62 yards, two touchdowns, 20 points off rip for a player that he really just stole from Rob, which I'm very upset about. Mara, I'll kick it to you. What do you think? This is a big time matchup here.
you know, um, Lamar, great. Chuba, 100 yards or something last two games. Kenny does walk in those touchdowns still. He's back.
Kenny
Uh,
does be walking in tutties. I've been trying to trade for him, but
Trey Sermon, not a good play this week, I don't think. I think I really do think Jonathan Taylor will play. I
Mhm.
love Jaden Daniels. Brian Robinson's coming out to be great. Justin Jefferson's still really good. Cooper last week would have been like a top five receiver. They called like a crazy 80-yard touchdown back,
Really?
and it was like on a holding call, and they replayed it, and there was no holding. There was no
Wow.
holding. It was bad. But Bowers looking good. This is a good matchup, honestly. Etienne might this might be a bounce back for the Jags against Indy. They have to have a statement game, you know.
Yeah, it's a big game just for Trevor Lawrence in general. I feel like he like high key just stinks.
Hoovy missing Saquon could be huge this week for Tissot. Tissot
Huge.
has to go.
Huge. No Barkley, no Jamison Williams, no one missing for T. Does Fulton have
TFO Health.
Jamison Williams?
TFO Health. I love TFO Health, man. I really do, but I don't know who to pick. But I'm going to defer to you. Who are you going to take?
I'm gonna go with the Hurt Locker here. I'm gonna go with the Hurt Locker only because one, it's hard to stay undefeated. You kind of have to, just get unlucky one week. The commander play here is I both love it and it's sketchy at the same time, and I'll tell you why. Cleveland obviously has a great defense, great pass rush. Those corners are healthier now. Denzel Ward's awesome, so like you won't be able to just hit what's his name, Terry McLaurin on the sideline whenever you want. But at the same time, they're good defensively, but they're also so bad offensively that you might just be able to get the ball like on short fields and whatnot. I'll go back to the Seahawks versus the Giants. My lord, is Kenneth Walker going to run through the Giants defense? I'm already upset about it. Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league.
Tough matchup though. Touch matchup.
I mean, does Sauce really play like man at all though? I
What do you
feel like he's
mean?
not a man corner, isn't he? Isn't he
They,
more
they're,
they kind of like bring pressure and he just is so good in zone that like if you kind of throw it near him, he's just gonna deflect it.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But
I don't really
they,
watch Jets. I know Sauce is very good, but like I don't really know
they
his game.
man up a lot. DJ Reed last week, our other corner,
He's
he let up one catch for -4 yards last week. So
yeah,
we
that's good.
I don't want to even talk about that game, please.
Okay. Okay, we'll talk about it later for sure. Yeah, give me. I know we're getting the 20-point spot, and I'm fading it again for some reason. But looking at Fulvio's team here, to your point, the two backup running backs, Hubbard is good. I didn't realize he was good. But Sermon, I don't know what's going on here. Like you said, Jonathan Taylor's not playing.
If
Um,
Jonathan Taylor doesn't play, I still this might think this still might be a sketchy play.
I mean, he had 5 attempts for
Just
eight
at the start,
Pittsburgh,
but
which is a good defense. But
wait, what did it say? Go back there. Go back to Trace Sermon. It
yeah,
says
prime to
John.
start
Oh wait, he's ruled out. Jonathan Taylor's ruled out. Never
is
mind.
ruled out. Yeah,
I thought he was still possible to play. Okay, so this is not a terrible match play, but
yeah. I don't know. Give me the Hurt Locker.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of Bowers. I hate the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are just simply a bad team that we're going to hold on to because they have some good players. Like Etienne, I think, objectively speaking, is a good football player. Brian Thomas is awesome.
You know what? I
They're just
was
not
gonna go
good to me.
T-Self. I was gonna go T-Self. I'm gonna go to Phil. You
Okay.
know, I do understand like your luck has to run out, but it seems good. The Sermon play is a little iffy, but what's his name? Brian Robinson is gonna Junior is gonna catch a touchdown for the Jags. Lamar will run the ball. Um, Marvin Harrison is gonna do something. I like that team. I'm gonna go Phil. I'm just gonna go Phil. It might be a mistake, but
No, this is a great matchup. It can easily go either way. Projections kind of show it's pretty close. I like that we're on other sides for both of those big games.
yeah, I just did that. I also did that for that reason because
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I
all
like
right,
it. So you
Now,
won't like it next week when all of my picks win, but what do you got next, pal?
Dust versus Rob.
Dust versus Rob. I'm up a creek this week.
This is
So
weird. This is a weird look right here. You see Rob favored. This is the first time you ever see Rob favored. I think it'll be
I'm
the
up a
last
creek.
time.
To go over the teams quick, I'm down a couple running backs. Dobbins, Gibbs, St. Brown, all on bye weeks. Rob is missing Goff and Josh Palmer. On my side, I have to start Javonte Williams and Antonio Gibson, who apparently is a starter now. He's
Yeah,
expected to start a running back. I don't know what's going on with the other guy, but I know Gibson is kind of a pass catcher, which I don't hate. The team's going to be down, right? I think again it's Miami with the other quarterback. I don't know. Super weird game.
This is such a like your team looks really bad right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just buys, but it doesn't look good. You have Nico Collins though. Like Nico and Jackson Smith-Njigba against the Giants. Those
What
two
about
might
Xavier Pride? What about Xavier Worthy? I got dogs.
they were the glorified running back. Trey McBride's good, but Pitt's already put 12.
What running back have you ever seen is 5'11", 165?
Skinny ass running back. Runs
Yeah, I'm
gets
curious to see like what they do now. If Rice is going to be out long term, they kind of
yeah,
need
he
him.
might be more involved. He
He's
has
not
to
going
be.
to be a one, right? They're not going to throw it to him 11 times a game like they did for Rice. And I'm assuming it's going to be more Kelsey, but they have to get him more involved than.
He needs to step up. He needs to do something.
I mean, they gave him 4 targets the last 3 weeks,
That has to bump up to like at least 8.
and I think all of these yards kind of came on like one play, right?
That's what he does, bro.
I didn't want, yeah, 54-yard touchdown he had. So he basically did nothing for the entire game other than one play. On the block. He's on the block. Let me know if anyone's interested. Um, I don't know. I'm always gonna go with myself in these close matchups. I'll take myself here. This could easily be a King Semantics crowning with 12 points from Kyle Pitts already. That's already kind of huge. I need this guy to be good, man. I need this guy to be good.
Yeah, I mean at 5, 15, 4 was out a week.
Yeah, I mean the four he got hurt pretty early, so like that kind of sucked. But
It's just it's start. It's a start. It's a good
yeah,
start.
I need this guy to get going just because I have the stack with the quarterback who's been awesome. Kyler Murray's been great. Smith and Jigba. I don't know, he gets like a ton of targets, but like it just doesn't. Yeah, 12 targets last week for 9 points. Like they need more than that. Rob's side, you're kind of waiting for these guys to wake up. Stroud, I don't think has been great, but it's Stroud. Like he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. 23 points last week, so he's kind of coming on strong. Roshan Johnson, are we afraid of him? Are we afraid of
Yeah.
Najee Harris?
Does he have anyone on his bench to replace Roshan? I do not like to play. Split
Hard to steal.
oh, ew.
Yeah,
Uh,
terrible.
who's his flex? Oh, wide receiver. He is so fucked at running back, bro.
Yeah, no, he's up a creek. He's up a creek for sure. But with that said, give me Dust. Give me them
You know
boys
what?
at Dust.
I,
Take semantics. I know you want to. Take
I
him.
want to take, I'll take Rob. You know, fuck
Take
it.
him.
I'll make
Take
it
him.
a little interesting this week. I might go 0 4, but yeah,
That's
let's
fine. That's fine. Give me semantics go 1-4. I hate that for Rob. I love Rob to death. 1-4 Rob though. Is what it is. I'm very upset about Tyrone Tracy, but I'm happy that Rob didn't get him because he might be good. He might just be good. Last matchup.
no 2 more. Gear versus Root.
Oh, I totally forgot about this game. Gear
Long
versus.
story short, very long story, very short. Now I'm gonna go Root.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Root 2 just because we got Jonathan Taylor playing here, and I just doubt that there's gonna be a replacement. Do we have someone on the bench? Montgomery's not playing. No, there's no replacement for it. Who's he gonna pick up? No one. Give me Rue. Give me Rue.
Next
We
game,
could
game
touch
of the week.
on. Yeah, we could go. We could swift by this game, but what are we doing, Gear? What are we doing? There was supposed to be a coaching change. There's been no other reports. We got one update from the owner. He gave us nothing else. This is like who's the owner for the Panthers? Tepper that likes throwing shit all the time. He's like the worst guy ever. This could be the Tepper of our league right here.
That's bad. Anyway, you face Gear, you might just have 3 weeks. So it's
He
looking
only
good for the Root.
Did we get Rue over 500? This is a massive week for Gear too. He like needs this win. He's got to if he's not going to listen to the show, but he should have the coach listen to the show. Coach, if you're listening, pal, we got to get someone in this spot. Last
And
match of the week,
matchup of the week.
busting up
Matchup of the
for
week.
Sauce. Sauce
Matchup of the week.
49 points already. Bijan, who's been horrible, 9 points. Drake London 27 was fantastic, and Koo is a weapon, 13 points. Mar, what are you thinking here?
Why did I say matchup of the week? It looks very lopsided, and it is. Sauce is gonna win.
Yes, yes. Oh, Battle of the 0-4. Someone has
I
to.
want Sauce on the board. He is. This might be the start. This is why it's the game of the week. It's the worst matchup because it's going to be very lopsided. I believe. I don't think Tom has a chance, but I think what's his name will get on the board. He has to just replace Singletary. Oh, and
Singletary and Devontae Adams, and
yes,
he has no defense playing, and he's still
yes.
predicted to win.
That's why he has to. He has to.
Steve, tee up, tee up.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I saw this. I saw the projection, and then I looked at who's playing. He already put Rashad White, but like he has Christian Kirk and Addison. Like
Oh my
you
God. And he had these guys. Like you could have played Roshan. He also has a tight end that's projected 1 point.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing? Like, just like win the fucking game, Steve, bro. You're in this. You're very unlucky. You're not making it easy for yourself, bro. Come on.
I think we need someone to call Steve. We need a wellness check on Steve. Just because I don't know. We need something here because he should win this game going away. I'm taking him. And I hope that he looks at his lineup to fix these players because it's a layup if
I'm taking him too, bro. He could play not. He could not play three people and still win this game.
I'll tell you this, if he doesn't change the lineup at all and he plays Singletary who's out, Adams is out, Strange for 1 point and no defense, and he wins, this is the greatest win in Squid's history.
Yeah, so,
In
and
the
I
history.
fucking mortaled him, bro. I'm gonna say my mortal early. I'm mortaling this.
You're immortal. The team with 6 players. I love it. I absolutely love it.
It could be the stupidest pick I ever made, but I
No, and
need.
then on Tom's side, no Joe Mixon. He might not change him. What are we doing here?
I think it'll be fair of him not to change Mixon at this point. Just leave it. But
Yeah, they
Tom
should
needs
like handshake agreement. Like, actually, let's just leave the lineups the way they are and just see what happens. Okay, real quick. Let me look through. Let me make a
to take
pick
it. You take a
here.
sauce.
I pick Sauce for the game for sure. He's not going to be my mortal lock. Mortal lock wise, I want to pick a good game here. I want to
That's
pick.
four. You picked food yourself, roux, and sauce so far.
Okay, so I can't pick Sauce. I can't pick Foo. I can't pick myself, and I can't pick Rue.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
I'm like calling like a javelin right now. You see it? Frank the Tank. Give me Frank the Tank. Give me Frank the Tank over Spades. I don't know why. I talked myself into it looking at it.
At that point, you have to mortal
And
it.
now I'm going to double down on it. Give me it for 2 points. Give me Frank the Tank all day. 2 and 3 would tie the commissioner. That's a tough look for Dan. We only have 5 minutes left, and I have a couple questions for you, Mara. Do you want to get into the post show now?
Not really, but sure.
Okay, couple things. The people are asking me to ask you.
Let me sit back.
Let's start with tonight. What do we feel about the Mets? That was one of the coolest wins. I'm not a baseball guy at all. I don't really care about baseball. I guess like I'm a pseudo Yankee fan. My pop's a Yankee fan. My grandpa was a Yankee fan. How do we feel about the Mets? That was one of the coolest wins ever. Alonso hitting that walk off. They were so dead the entire game. I watched the
Yeah,
whole work, and then Alonso hit it, and I was like so tired. I wasn't really even looking. Uh, but a guy on the other side of the floor was like, "Yeah!" And I turned and looked, and my TV was like a couple seconds behind. And I saw him pimp it. How are we feeling?
you gotta get hot at the right time. Our big hitters last few games, we've been putting up runs. Um, put up enough runs, we're gonna win, obviously. But getting hot at the right time, and then sometimes that's all you can ask for. So
Well, Senga's pitching, right? I don't know how long he's going to pitch for, how many pitches he's got in him, but he's going to pitch tonight. I think that's big for the team, right? Um, are we feeling a series win? Or are you just going with the flow? Give me a
four,
prediction for the series.
5 game series, I think we'll take it in four.
Love that. Fuck the Phillies.
We'll win. Well, not 4 games, but we'll win the series like
Yes,
four.
in four, yes. 3-1. And then how we feel about tonight? We take the series 1-0.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Easy.
we're gonna come out swinging.
Senga, 5 1-hit innings,
Yeah,
7 Ks.
yeah,
Simple. Simple. And then big day for you tomorrow. The Jets, what's the Jets record now? 2-2?
yeah.
2-2 coming off a miserable loss. Right. I think there's no other way to term it. Miserable loss. You should have beat that team. That Broncos team is not good. At home, it was a tough game. I know it was in the rain. It was kind of shit. Team looked way out of sync. I have 2 questions for you. One I touched on before, Brees Hall. We're not concerned yet, but what the fuck is going on? That guy's a very clearly very good football player. And the couple games that I've watched or a couple times I've tuned in, he looks horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He doesn't look the same, but like on the ground. In the air, he's looking good, but
Oh, he's always got great hands. There's like no burst anymore.
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
When last year, at the end of the year, it was like this guy might be the best running back like in the sport. And now
Like
it's
you,
what the fuck is going on? Like if I had the first pick in fantasy this year, like I was taking him.
yeah, me too.
And
And
like what happened?
out of the first round running back, says he's probably the second best, so Gibbs behind Gibbs, but like he's still
Yeah,
um
that's like a low bar. McCaffrey's not playing. I mean,
Bijan's it.
Bijan's he's been awful too, but like that's another guy that's a whole other disaster. That team is just a mess. But what is going on?
I don't know, but when you have three attempts on the 1 yard line to get in and you don't get in,
Right? And like this is gonna sound I'm not trying to be a hater, but like the kid Allen looks better right now. Like I would
yes.
be like giving him more carries until like Brees shows me like he could run the ball again.
Why not 1 yard put your big running back in?
Put him
Why?
in. I mean, he's mess. I love the way that kid plays. A minute 30 left. I have one other thing. Garrett Wilson. I was a firm believer in Garrett Wilson. I still kind of am. I was like, he's one of these guys. Like, get him a quarterback. He's one of these guys. And I was talking to John Vernazza today on the golf course, big Jet fan. He was saying he thinks it's like a system thing with Rodgers and blah, blah, blah. I'm starting to think he might not be one of these guys. I think he might be more Chris Olave than Devontae Adams now. And Chris Olave is a great player. Um, but with a minute left, less than a minute, is Malik Neighbors better than Garrett Wilson?
It's hard to
I have
say.
to throw it out, I have to throw it out there for the league just to make it funny.
Hard to say. It's early.
It's so early. It's obnoxiously early. The real question is, are we nervous about Garrett Wilson now? I would.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. Like if I was a fan, I would start to be like, maybe he's just not that good.
100%. He's good, but he might not be the alpha on a team.
Right. Like, I mean, he might. Okay. Again, Olave, to use the example, is like another very, very good receiver. If I was like, oh, I have Olave, do I need another guy? I'd be like, yeah, you probably do need someone else.
I think if they want to get Devontae in here, it'd be probably the greatest thing that can happen for Garrett Wilson.
Maybe. Very true. Less than a minute yet left. I think this is going to end now. Mar,
What's
great
going on?
show. Good luck to the Mets tonight. Good luck to the Jets tomorrow. Squids TV, good luck to everyone. We'll see you next week.